Welcome to the Daily Pulse. Today, we're diving into the 2024 American election, a showdown that's shaping up to be one of the most intense in recent history. From Biden and Harris's efforts to defend their record with the Inflation Reduction Act to the battle for swing states, let's explore how these moves are impacting the race. The 2024 election is unlike any we've seen before. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are up against fierce opposition from a revitalized Republican Party, led by Donald Trump. With both sides eyeing the Oval Office, this election is centered on a few key battlegrounds that could decide the future of America. According to the BBC, the economic policies, particularly the Inflation Reduction Act, are front and center of the Democrats' strategy to win over skeptical voters, UPI. Trump and his team are hammering Biden's economic track record, blaming the administration for rising inflation and economic instability. But Harris and Biden are countering with the successes of their policies, pointing to job creation, infrastructure investments, and healthcare expansions as proof that they're moving the country in the right direction. The Inflation Reduction Act has been one of Biden and Harris's signature achievements, but it's also a lightning rod for criticism. As The Guardian points out, the act aims to tackle inflation by reducing the federal deficit, investing in clean energy, and lowering prescription drug prices, a move that the administration hopes will resonate with swing state voters, UPI. But the challenge is real. In states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, many voters are still feeling the pinch of high prices at the grocery store and the gas pump. The administration's task is clear. They need to convince voters that their economic pain is not the result of Democratic policies, but rather the aftermath of a global pandemic and external factors like the war in Ukraine. To sway these critical swing voters, Harris has been hitting the campaign trail hard, focusing on communities that have seen direct benefits from the Inflation Reduction Act. From new manufacturing jobs to reduced healthcare costs, the message is clear. The Democrats are working to make life better for everyday Americans. On the flip side, Republicans, led by Trump, are painting a very different picture. They argue that the Inflation Reduction Act is a failure, claiming it does little to address immediate inflation concerns, and accusing the Biden administration of being out of touch with the economic realities facing Americans. According to Trump, the Democrats' spending spree is pushing the nation deeper into debt, which he argues will ultimately hurt working families. Trump has been relentless in his messaging, holding rallies across key battleground states and pledging to reverse many of Biden's policies if he wins. His strategy focuses on traditional Republican talking points, tax cuts, deregulation, and a tough stance on immigration. By portraying himself as the candidate who can restore economic order, Trump is hoping to reconnect with voters who may have drifted away in 2020. The heart of this election lies in the swing states. Both parties are pouring resources into Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona, states that could tip the electoral scales. The Guardian highlights how Harris is targeting key demographics like suburban women and minority voters with promises of economic stability and social justice reforms. Trump, on the other hand, is doubling down on his base, emphasizing issues like energy independence, border security, and traditional values. The battle for these states isn't just about policies, it's about narrative control. Each side is working tirelessly to convince voters that they are the best choice to lead the nation forward. As we edge closer to November, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Biden-Harris team is banking on their record and economic recovery plans, while Trump and the Republicans are pushing back with promises of a return to their version of American greatness. This election will come down to which message resonates more with voters in those critical swing states. That's all for today's deep dive into the 2024 election. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Daily Pulse for more in-depth coverage of this historic race. Stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow with the latest updates from the campaign trail.